So we're on the market and we're starting to field some offers, or we anticipate some offers to come in. So here's some common terminology for you, so that way we kind of know what we're getting into and what you're saying yes and no to. Obviously, I'll be there to explain things to you, but I just want to get this information in front of you right now. So if I'm blurting these things out and we're all excited, have a little bit of familiarity with what I'm saying. Any written offer, I am obligated to show you. So if I have verbal offers, I can tell you about them. Typically, those aren't too serious, but anything that's in writing, I do have to present to you. So a lot of offers are going to come with contingencies. One of them is going to be financing contingency. What that means is basically that the buyer has to be able to obtain financing. So if their bank tells them, no, you can't get the house, that we can't legally hold them to purchase the house because they wouldn't be able to anyway. I do require all offers to come in with a pre-approval letter, but sometimes things change or buyers will do something silly to change their credit between the offer and the closing date. Another contingency is an appraisal, meaning that the price they're paying for your home, the bank has to appraise it at or greater than that value. So what happens if it doesn't appraise for that amount? Well, the buyers can bring that extra cash to the table, or we can reduce the purchase price to satisfy the bank. Whatever would be the best situation for you is what we would do in that situation. An inspection contingency, that just means they have a certain amount of days. Have a professional come in, look in every nook and cranny, and find every good and bad thing with the house and present that to the buyers. At that point, they will have the option to submit a repair request, which I'll talk more about in our offer accepted video. But that is a contingency that if there's some major deficiency with the house, that the buyer can remove themselves. Another thing is closing dates, the closing date of the purchase agreement. So the closing date is going to be the day we all actually go to the lawyer's office and sign the paperwork. That doesn't mean we hand over keys on that day, okay? So if you're in a rush to sell your home, then your closing date being sooner would be better. If you are not in a rush and you're looking to buy your next home, closing date down the road would be better. So a more flexible closing date is typically a stronger offer. Possession is the day we actually pass keys. So in some circumstances, you will pass the keys on the closing date. If you're moving into another home, you will close on that other home on the same day. Other times you will close on the sale of your home, and then you may have 2 weeks to move out. And then at that 2-week mark, you personally, or you can use me, and I will pass those keys to the other realtor and they will get them to the buyers of your house. So another thing is seller concessions. So what is a seller concession? So that means that they may pay full price for your house, but at the closing table, they may be asking for a certain amount of money back to help cover their closing costs. So for instance, someone may be able to purchase your home, but they may not have very much down payment money, or they may be saving that money to do some renovations on your home. So they may ask for that money back at closing. It is also not uncommon for people to pay offer over asking price on your home, but then ask for that difference back in closing costs in order to help finance a higher percentage of the home. Fielding offers, I wanted to make sure you know some of these terminology and some of these things, so as I'm explaining them to you, you don't get lost.